Coach, start off with your opening thoughts.
Yeah, good to get a win tonight. It was a good win, a good team win. A lot of guys contributed, did some good things, both offensively and defensively. And but now it's on. There's, there's really no easy games the rest of the way in the non-conference portion. We had 2 games already at Valpo and Old Dominion. I was hoping, when you kind of do your schedule in the beginning of the year, I was hoping to be 3-1 right now, hoping to get a split, on that road trip between Old Dominion and Valpo. Weren't able to do that, but we're 2-2, and now we're off tomorrow, and now we got to get ready for Auburn on Saturday.
How would you judge the defensive performance and the improvement that you saw from the last game?
To really know, I need to watch the tape because we're not trying to overpower and physically overpower teams, right now and get after and ball pressure and turn people over and get in the passing lanes. We're trying to play a little bit more passive and keep the ball in front. I thought our man defense at times was good. I thought we struggled in our zone though tonight, and I think that was more so just because, we didn't have any tape on them to really know what they were running, and they gave us a couple new wrinkles that we haven't guarded before.
You had 6 straight stops to start the first half. Did you count that? I mean, did that?
Yeah, I told that's the coach that's in charge of the defensive stat sheets. He's supposed to let me know how many times we get 3 stops in a row, and so he had told me that. And I think in the beginning that we were able to get 6 stops to start the game. So if you can get, they say there's a stat, if you can get 3 stops in a row 9 different times during a game, that you have a great chance to win.
Did you feel better about the way you started the second half? Because that's where your guys' problem has been, is coming out in the second half.
Yeah, these games are tough to really get a true measure. You just want to see in these games, I think, your kids play hard, play unselfish, play with great energy, and move on to the next game, really. And I was happy with a lot of the performances.
Jarvis mentioned you weren't happy with the number of touches their big guy got. Was that, you think, a result of not putting as much pressure on the perimeter? Or?
Yeah, it's probably partly because now you're going to be able to move the ball a lot easier around the perimeter. If you're not going to get out and deny and pressure, they're going to be able to move the ball a lot quicker. So there's no margin for error if you're not in position defensively. But we got to get better in post defense. All 3. We only have 3 post guys right now, but all 3 of them they've got to get locked in. They should know positioning. They should know technique now, and now it's about effort and toughness. That's all post defense really is about. So, but they'll get better. We got a lot of confidence in them to do that.
How about getting ready for Auburn, SEC, big game on the road? And I didn't know this, but you guys handled them pretty well last year, so they just had that Northwestern State like we were talking about. So just kind of put all that.
Yeah, they're not. We're not going to slip up on them. A, because they lost to Northwestern State. B, because of last year's game. But a lot of new players. They've lost a couple of their top players from last year. We lost 5 seniors, so it's 2 different teams. Same time of year, though we're playing them. But I think they're a better basketball team right now. Just looking at them a little bit, some of their scores. Jacksonville State's tough to play. They dominated them today. It looks like if you just look at their box score. So, and they'll have 3 days really to prepare. So, they'll be more than ready for us. And anytime you go on the road in the SEC, whether it's Kentucky, Auburn, Tennessee, you're going to have to play extremely well to win.
Your big guys shot free throws well. The guards didn't really tonight. Just talk about continuing to struggle with.
Yeah, I mean, if Jarvis goes 9 for 10, a week ago, we're probably in pretty good shape. And Tyler Rambo 6 for 9. Those guys go 15 for 19. That's pretty good. But CJ can't go 2 for 4. Dexter and Cam can't go 1 for 4. I don't know what it is. We got to shoot more of them, I guess. But we got the line 32 times. I think that's pretty good. With the new rules, everybody keeps saying with the new rules, I don't know what's a good number now, but 32 used to be. And we shot almost 70%. If we can be above 70%, that gives us a chance to be pretty good.
Only 38 fouls between the 2 teams. Do you think teams are adjusting to the new rules now?
Yeah. It's the first game at Valpo was 29, but like I said, 22 fouls. That's not even 3 a person. With 8 guys playing, we have one issue, and it's as Jonathan Farrell gets in foul trouble all the time. And I think we had a couple other guys tonight with 4 fouls. Moss, I think Jeffrey Moss and Pep. got in 4 fouls, had 4 fouls each. But a lot of those, I don't think a lot of them have to do with the new rules. I think a lot of it has to do with positioning and being in the right place and making the right play defensively. So, some of the teams that really pressure, they haven't changed. We're changing for some other reasons, personnel, some different things like that. We're not changing because of new rules.
And you've talked about you got to keep things even keel. I mean, this is just your 4th game, the season. So when you give a synopsis without watching film, I mean, is it going the way you want it to right now?
I don't think it ever go. I was talking to my wife earlier, and before the game, and it's you're always going to be your harshest critic, and always going to be not pleased, and that's how it's going to be right now until I have a great comfort level. You're always going to want more and want to do better. We got a long way to go. That's my gut right now, that, hey, we have a long way to go. But that's a good thing, because I do watch when I'm out there and I see Jarvis and I see Campaign and, 2 or 3 other guys. I know TJ's sitting out who's chomping at the bit that I know can help us. So, we got to get 7 guys, once TJ gets eligible, that can help us win. On the defensive and the offensive end. And then we get Zay back, that gives us 10 bodies, but we need to get to 7 guys that can help us win night in, night out. And, we're in the process of figuring out what those 7 guys are going to be.
And Jarvis could be the best player in the OVC when it comes down to it. I mean, he's got that ability, doesn't he?
Well, he's got the ability, and it just takes a while with those junior college kids. I'm excited about Jarvis. It's a process. You talk about flare screens today, you're going to have to talk about flare screens tomorrow. You're going to have to talk about it on Thursday. You have to talk about it on Friday. It's just all new for him, and that's why right now he's doing all this just off sheer natural talent, nothing that we're doing. Now if he can start applying what we're talking about, he's really going to have a chance to be a good player, because he can score around the basket, he can make some athletic plays. He's just a step slow at times because he doesn't know where to be or what to do. But he's got a bright future, and you won't see the best of him until next year, but he's going to be a very good 2-year player for us.
Before the season, defense was your biggest worry, and every game that's kind of been the thing you parked on. Looking at the defense as a whole, how do you think it's progressed from preseason to now?
I just don't think it's great right now. I just don't think it's great right now, and I just don't think you can win big unless you're great defensively. I think we can score. I think we got guys that can score, especially when TJ gets eligible. If you take them right off the top of my head, I've said, I know Jarvis can score around the basket. I know, Dexter can make shots. I know Cam and Jeff Moss can create some offense. I know Rambo can, get to the free throw line, and TJ, so those are guys who can make offensive plays. If we make good decisions and get ball reversals and share the ball and don't turn it over. But you can't do anything really special if you don't guard. And I just think we got a ways to go, but that's not uncommon. Thanks, guys.